We appreciate it. I'm in studio with Dr. Sylvia Moraa, the founder of Andy Speaks for Special Needs Persons, as we engage on matters autism. In fact, this time we're talking about empowering individuals with autism. We love Dr. Sylvia's story because she obviously has been raising two children with autism. We're excited to be meeting her last born, Bradley, who's here on set with us. Dr. Sylvia, welcome back. All right. And Bradley, hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine.
Wow. Bradley has some exciting news, and I think you already kind of have an idea. Dr. Sylvia, let's just start from the beginning. We can see he's Mr. Autism Kenya.
Yeah.
Okay, what's all of this about?
So in part of empowerment,
Yes.
Ready Aiders and Step Up for Autism, this is another organization, organizes every year Mr. and Miss Autism, and where we crown an ambassador and actually autistic persons who we champion for autism awareness throughout the year.
Wow.
So I've been toying with this, should I take him or not? And this year I was like almost not taking him because training was hard and, you know, because of his ADHD, he was not able to settle. So I'm like, will he nail this? Will he be able to walk on stage, or will he get distracted and all that? But he nailed it. I was like, yeah, because now we had to do, you see, like he was so excited. He's like, yeah, me. Yeah. Yes.
Yay,
so,
Bradley.
yes.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Okay, Bradley seems to be quite fascinated with our lapel. Kasavoli, I think we have to gift him this microphone. Bradley, can you see yourself on stage?
See? So we had this lady actually had tried before. She was first runners up.
Yes.
So this year she got the crown. So it encourages parents that your children can actually do it.
Yes.
You have to believe in them. You have to, you know, let them participate. It is working, baby. It is. You don't think it's working? We can hear you.
It's working.
We can hear you, Baba.
We can hear you.
What's your name? What's your name?
Say your name.
What's your name, Bradley?
Oh, okay. Wait. No working. No.
It's not working.
It's not loud, Bradley. We can hear you. Just talk.
Yeah.
Just talk.
Andrew said, and they got scanned. Andrew, we got said, we got song. Thank you.
Okay. No. You see, they're like twins with the brother. So now they're separated.
Right.
So he's talking about his brother Andrew. Yes, and then he understands most of the time when we are out here, it's about Andy Speaks.
Yeah.
So he was just say again. What did you say?
The elephant dancing the SPT.
He saw an elephant dancing. Oh yeah, he can see himself dancing on TV.
It's saying.
Okay. All right. You can have a seat, Andy.
Andrew?
Bradley, have a seat.
Just have a seat.
Yeah.
We can see. We can see everyone.
That's okay.
Oh, that's fine, Papa.
But I think this is exactly what we're talking about.
You see that inability to like sit, easily distracted. But at the end of the day, you see, he was like, no, that's not what I said.
Yes.
So they, as much as they're not able to totally articulate, they can hear you and they understand what it is that you're saying.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just the challenge of how do I say it.
Yes.
So you see, like for him, this is first time coming public since he started talking.
Yes.
And there is talking issue. Their language is different. There is singing, there is speaking.
Yes.
You know, and then there is that angle of articulation. And this is where, for us to empower children, the therapies come in play.
Correct.
So you take them for occupational therapy to help them with settling down, being able to be independent in doing things to improve their fine motor skills.
Right.
See, like that ability of, I figured I can remove this. Those are things that he was not able to.
Right.
Like, and you see that fine motor skills is what you can button your shirt, you can zip up, etc. And those are some of the challenges that you will find autistic individuals going through.
Correct.
So these therapies help them to achieve some of these things.
And this is what you're talking about. We're having a challenge accessing
Exactly.
As parents of children with special needs, because how easy is it for you to find this set of therapies for Bradley here and even for Andy?
It is not so easy. First of all, also it is expensive because it's something you're recommended to do 2 to 3 times a week, over and above your regular budget. So like for his ADHD, there is a time it was a bit too much and needed medication, and the medication is not cheap, right? And because he also has a comorbid of epilepsy, he's still on anti-seizure meds. So all these things, putting them together and then having to go the extra mile is one of the limitations that you find parents having. That yes, I want to support my child, but it's just so expensive, I cannot be able to afford it. And then the other thing is the human resource. Our hospitals are there, they will say we have, some of them have, but they're not equipped. So it's just the department where we are doing the bare basics. But that's not justice. That's not the equity we are looking for. Because what I like championing for is equity in terms of Bradley needs this. I give him what he needs. Because not all of them need, like again, it's not a one size fits all.
Correct.
So even in education, they have individualized education plans. When you look at their hospital also, it is this one needs this. So their therapy is, the activities are according to the skills they can. They've shown challenges or capabilities of being able to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It seems like Bradley wants to take off his microphone. Let me ask one of our studio techs, Maureen, if you're around, or one of the gentlemen to come. But feel free, no, Bradley, there's no problem. It's okay. Do you want to take it off?
You want to remove it?
You want to remove it?
Or you want to see it?
You want to see it?
Relax,
okay.
Relax,
all right.
buddy.
It's okay, guys. Come on set as we have the conversation. So it's perfectly fine. It's okay, Bradley. It's okay.
So you see, like that, this is a strange thing.
Yeah.
Because according to him, a mic is held in the hand.
Right.
So there is this thing that we have introduced in his body, and he's not figuring.
He's wondering, what is
there's
this?
that curiosity of what is this? Bradley, pick that one up. Give me, Papa. Give me.
Thank you. Thank you, Baba.
All right, they've helped you.
Yes.
Okay, maybe it was
good
uncomfortable.
job.
We removed it. Okay, you can have a seat. Give me.
Okay.
Give
all
me.
right, we can get him.
You want to go and sit?
You want to go sit?
All right.
Okay, good
sit
job.
Down
Thank
then.
you.
Sit.
Thank you.
Okay.
It's okay. Let him relax. Let him have something. You know what also brings to my attention here, what, you know, Bradley's situation.
Yes.
Sylvia, is I can imagine how this weighs on you as a parent, because it's exhausting.
Yep.
Because not only if you're probably raising a child who probably is hitting their milestones, what you would consider normal in brackets, right?
Yeah.
Parents are already overwhelmed as is. Now, you can imagine when you're dealing with a child who's presenting all these symptoms. You know, you've talked about epilepsy, you know, his attention deficit disorder. We're talking about the autism. How are you able to keep it together? I mean, even the time that you find for your pageantry, how are you doing this, and what can we do for parents who feel like they're losing it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, gosh, this question comes more often.
Yeah.
But sometimes, you see, for us as parents, we don't have a way out. We don't have a plan B. We don't have, I can't do this, take this child back. At the end of the day, squarely as a mom, this is your child. You want the best for them. You give them the best. So that part of embracing and understanding them. So you see, like what happened is, it is part of curiosity. It's now that ADHD side of things. Right. Because he likes tech, but this is like a new thing.
And by the way, I'm very okay with it. I'm happy that he's just relaxed. He can feel at home, you know, coming on stage.
And you see now, when you are talking about reasonable accommodations, like we let him
just do his thing.
Because you see now, otherwise, if normally what you find is a parent will be like, you're embarrassing me. Oh my God, don't do that, don't do that. But sometimes it's easier to just go through the process with them, and then you get to see exactly what, because there is something they want or they want out of it. Right. So as a parent, it's more of supporting, trying to understand. Right. It's not easy. I will not lie to you. It is not easy. There are days I feel like someone take me away from here, but it's also important to have self-care. It's also important to remember that you're an individual and you take time out. Like if you're a working mom, when you're coming back from home, have your set transition time. Like even if it's 1 minute at the door, so that you can separate the two worlds. Because these are things like School of Hard Knocks that I learned the hard way. Because you would come, oh, I want to see my babies. and your system is not ready for what awaits you. Because you see, even as much as everything is extreme, the excitement is extreme, the sadness so you can walk in and you're faced by excitement screams that just shatter you to the core, like Jesus Christ. You know? So you have to like mentally prepare yourself. So I would do like 5 minutes down, ooza a bit, then go in, and then I am ready. Because sometimes we find ourselves projecting some of the things that we're going through, or maybe you fought with Mama Mboga outside, or you're in debt, and you find yourself removing that aggression towards those small things that is part of the challenges they go through. So allow yourself to step outside, and also the other coping mechanism is explaining and having conversations and prompting them to like
I can see back. I mean your language is completely different. Your vocabulary changes 100% to communicate with Bradley.
You have to break it down to the smallest bits of sentences. So I cannot use more than 3 instructions. So you prompt for them to like try and communicate what they want. So what is it that you want? If they cannot say it, they will take your hand and show you, or they will then do it themselves. Or there is the other one of like what you point and they respond. You teach them the basic yes or no. So for times when I'm tired, I have explained, Mommy is tired, I need time out, Mommy needs to be alone, you know. So they understand. Because if you're doing action, like if I go lock myself in the room and they knock and then you tell them, not now, give me some time, I need to rest because Mommy is tired. So then you take it together with like a facial expression, then they relate this and this and make it like, okay, this is what it means. So they learn from repetition. So don't tire from repeating. Have your own internal codes. Like, you know, if it's time out, if it's telling them how to stop. Do you know the first thing I had to teach them was like, you know, put things back where they were. Because they would touch this, touch that. So you can imagine times 2. So it was so overwhelming. So my coping was ensuring that we have that communication and support. And you find that like for Bradley, as much as he gets his own seizures, he's learned how to do the first aid because he sees his brother going through it. So he had not understood what happens to him also, but now he will know. He'll be the first person to run and tell, Mommy, Bradley has fallen. You know, like they know how to alert an adult that we are in a mayday situation. So that being each brother's keeper, and this is just to encourage other parents, because sometimes we get afraid of giving birth again, right? But you see, that sibling, for me, I thank God for my firstborn dad, because sometimes when I look back in hindsight, when I was going through my divorce, when I was trying to put my life together to
Can you imagine that? A divorce, remarried, and someone came into your life with 2 there's a God in heaven.
There is a God in heaven. Because, you know, everyone tells you like, my God, you have boys. No one can take you with 3 boys. Then you're like, oh my God, and I have special ones. So it was like those dreams that you want your fairy tale, but you're already content with, okay, I will live the rest of my life alone. But God did it for me. And it's an encouragement now to others. For there is someone out there for you who will come through. And just be patient.
Be patient. Let me look at a text message here. And I want to believe this is someone who's been touched by your story just watching you on TV. Dan, thank you so much. Hi, nice show, Shiko. Ask Moraa, do they have support groups, especially for those in informal settlements? Because this can really cause a toll on parents, juggling between putting food on the table and taking care of autistic children. That's Mary from South Bay. Bless you, Mary. And I like that question, because when we talk about empowering autistic individuals, it's not just the individual, you've got to empower the entire family unit, isn't it? So I like that. Tell us about the support groups.
So we actually do have support groups, different organizations in different places. So like the organization that runs Mr. and Miss Autism, that is Step Up for Autism and Ready Aiders. In Mathare, they have a therapy center where parents can access therapy services. We don't get much support. Let me call a spade a spade.
Yes,
from as Andy speaks for special needs persons, when we call out for support, when we're running a program, I wish someone could just tell me to my face, why is it so hard? If I called out and said, we need support for caregivers for mental health, And you wait until when someone dies is when we're like, oh my God, it was that much. But this person has been in front of you, and we call out for support programs to prevent it. We don't get so much support as when it is like, okay,
curative now.
You know, there is the generic, let's give wheelchairs. And we understand autism is not as easy as other disabilities that you might just feel like, if I give them wheelchairs, that is enough. Ours are special, but when we reach out to get that actual support as complicated, like take time to just understand what will this do. Yes, the parents are juggling because there is medication they need for their children, there is food, there is access to therapy. Like at Andy Speaks, we have set up a therapy center because in Kenya we don't have like sensory integration therapy
which
centers,
is what they need.
Which is what they need. Because for you see that discomfort, there is the environment we have set where if that child goes in, they're able to calm down and they come out and they can interact easier. You know, and we can help them settle down in class so that they can be able to engage. We don't have a lot of that. And then when we're calling for support for setting up therapy centers to raise awareness, because you see, we have to make parents, the key essence of awareness is parents to come out, embrace their children, then take them out for early intervention. Early intervention means things like now the therapies where he did not get here. Brad did not speak until like 2 years ago when he started.
And how old is he now?
He's now 12.
Oh my goodness. So for a solid 10 years,
he did not speak. He would say one words, but actually sitting and responding to conversations like we were having. For me, it's a miracle.
It is a miracle.
You know, and that's the journey. And many are feeling like it's impossible, but it is possible. So people can come out and support the groups that are supporting. I know we have the Action Foundation that also has something out in Kibera where they train the parents, they give them therapy also. So when we support organizations like that in their interventions, then we are able to support. Like for now, together with Village Market, we are setting up a fun day for the children at VM on Friday 24th. And then the parents can also have a sit down, a conversation, then we can help them through the mental health. Because you know, next month is mental health awareness.
Correct.
And it's also Mother's Day. But then we need guys to come on board and help us help them. It's not like I have all the money in the world, but I have been there, done that. I've been down the depression road. I've been down attempted suicide. So I feel their pain, and I'm just trying to put things together, and let's celebrate these mothers who are forgotten. I'm telling you. No one comes out. They never get, you see, for you, your child will come with a card or say Happy Mother's Day. You can imagine there is a mom still waiting to hear the word mom from their child.
Oh my gosh.
All right?
No, now you've just broken my heart totally.
No, it's the truth.
It's the truth.
It's the truth. They'll never get to have that. We are prepared to live the rest of our lives with children. It's not like your typical family where I know my child will be 18, they'll get a job. My dad asked me, so what is he going to do? And I'm blank. When you ask me what Andrew will be, he's 13.
What do I,
I'm just like, I have no idea. And those are the gaps.
God, let's take a look at this last text message. And then I really want you to appeal to Kenyans who are watching right now, because like you said, it takes a village.
Yes.
And for those of us who are not in this space, you know, you thank God that your child is able to reach their milestones, but we can do something.
Yes,
we can do something for the Andys, the Bradleys of this world.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the last text message as we start to say Kwaheri Dan Tafadhali. Great conversation. Is there any cooperation between Mora's organization and the Ministry of Education or school? The foundation of the future of these children should start at ECD. How can I interact with Moraa on her activities? This is Robert Nyaga. He's a freelance journalist in Embu County. Thank you. And what happens when we as human beings overreact, like when we have emotions? Okay. Thanks for being an expert. Okay, so you have someone in Embu who's very interested in you, and I say congratulations, because look at what you and Bradley have been able to do.
We were actually in Embu, we were in Embu last week for World Autism Awareness Day.
As Andy Speaks, surprise.
So we did a bike ride from Nairobi to Garissa. And then we usually do what we call neuro caravan. Neuro because of neurodevelopmental disability support. So we did a medical camp for special needs moms and children. And my dear, the things we saw out there, the neglect that is there, the lack of support. Because now you can see for us as an organization, we're the ones going to empower the medics to be able to do early identification. So like he said, starting from ECDs, yes, our ECD centers are there, but then they're not equipped. They're crumpling children. Remember, they learn differently. You cannot have 30 learners and 2 teachers. So we need the support teachers, where when you take your child, for us as parents, the burden we are thrown back at, bring a support teacher. So I have a nanny at home. You're asking me to bring a nanny for school. Yeah, because a shadow teacher helps your child catch up with the others because of the rate of speed which they learn. So you find our expenses go higher. So, and the Ministry of Education does not support that. So we need the support staff in schools that are actually having especially special units that are catering for special needs children. Their diet, yes, we do I know like here in Nairobi we have Sakaja's program, but the things that are being served, are they of value to now the special units? So do you see what I'm talking about? We think of everyone else and we forget them. So for me as a parent, I have to think about, okay, now secondarily how my child will be. At the Ministry of Education and the setup, we know we have the Special Education Department led by Dr. Haga, and yes, we are in conversation. So for example, like one of our projects at Andy Speaks for Special Needs Persons is where we have been setting up therapy centers within the school setup. And it is something we are encouraging the Ministry of Education, because I'm speaking from experience. If you're telling me as a mom to remove I'm paying fees, yet every 2 times a week I have to remove my child, take them for therapy, it's their loss, my loss. I cannot maintain a job when I have to all the time ask for permission. There are parents who've been given like ultimatums. You have to choose. You know, we can't be giving you this time out. Do it on weekends. Government hospitals, when did you hear them working over the weekend with such specialized departments? You get my point?
I get your point.
So if like the ministry embraces this, you have PE for others, you have a science lab for other learners, and this is where equity comes in. It does not hurt to just have therapy centers within, or ensure that they have the equipment they need in the classrooms that will aid and support them to achieve their milestones better.
Because now time is up and we have to say kwaheri, Sylvia. Your clarion call to our viewers, how we can plug in, and literally in a one-liner, so that we can also go out of our way to seek for this resource and how to reach individuals like you who are championing for the rights of children with special needs.
So first of all, reasonable accommodation is not something big to ask. It is just in our human nature to be a community and to come through for our children. Today it's me, tomorrow it can be you, because there is no known cause for autism as yet. So, and I'm sure you've met someone. So be that voice. If you identify, support that parent. We have a resource portal where parents can go and learn and get to know about everything. If you want also to support us on our social media, you can reach out and we will be responsive. That is on Twitter, we are Andy Speaks, then number 4. On Instagram, it is Andy Speaks. And then also our website, that is www.andyspeaks4specialneedspersons.org.
Fantastic. Wow, I'm just going to leave you with something that I managed to extract from the Kenya Disability Resource that says all individuals with autism share certain difficulties, but all people with autism can learn and develop with the right support. All can live a fulfilling life. All right? We want to leave it there, and we've given you something to think about and something to plug into. Don't just be that person seeing people coming in, out in my studio, and you're saying there's no one to help, there's nowhere to participate. There's so much that you can do. A big thank you to you, Dr. Sylvia Moraa, here with us in studio. And of course, the star of the show, Bradley, for making time. And how can we forget Michelle Gele, the nanny of the century? For doing an amazing job with Bradley this morning. Thanks so much for tuning in. Bradley, you want to say bye? Come say bye. Come say bye. Okay, wave at the camera. Come stand here. Do you want to wave with your snack? Say bye. Bye. Thank you for watching. Bye.